everyone, it's Linda G, and I'm here today with our famous Mel.
I'm
How you doing, Mel?
good. Happy New Year.
You look good.
Well, oh my God, I ate like crazy over the holidays.
What'd you have? Something good?
Well, New Year's Day is kind of a tradition here in our home. I made black-eyed peas, and they sound kind of boring, but
No, black-eyed peas can be delish.
oh my God, these were so good.
What seasoning do you use?
What I did is I took a bag of just dried black-eyed peas, soaked them overnight,
That's how you do it.
and then I took like a vegetable broth and a chicken broth after I rinsed them. And then I got these smoked pork ribs. They're really dry, and I threw those in, but I browned
Is it
them.
ham hocks or pork ribs?
The smoked pork in rib ends.
Okay.
They're just, they're cut real thin. And then I browned some bacon. I poured the grease off. It's typical Southern thing. And then I took a ham steak and I browned it and I cut it in chunks. And then I did a mirepoix like of celery, carrots, onion. I browned that, threw the beans in, put the chicken broth in, put the vegetable broth in, salt, pepper, and just let it cook for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. Oh my God.
Wow. Was it delish?
Oh, it was amazing.
I love it.
And then I did sauerkraut, but I tried it this time a little different with some brown sugar and some diced tomatoes and with smoked butt. And then I boiled cabbage, and my grandma always put a dime in it for money. I didn't put a dime in there. And I had that and Polish sausage. So we had sauerkraut, cooked cabbage, smoked butt.
But sauerkraut is very good for you to eat for digestion.
Right. Well, I finished the rest of it this morning. So
It was that good.
it was really good.
Did you have anything to dip into the black-eyed peas?
Well, they were really thick. I made them thick. And so what I did is I took the black-eyed peas and put them in a little soup bowl. And then I cut up onions and I sprinkled those on top with a little vinegar and a touch of Parmesan cheese. It was really good.
I know my mom used to, soak and clean them real good.
Well, you have to.
And she used to put ham hocks.
Smoked ham hocks are good, or even ham hocks you can do. I just thought I'd try those smoked pork rib ends, and and I've used them before. They're real tough. When you cook them, they don't like tender up at all, but
it's for flavor, right?
For flavor, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you put anything else? A little cumin, a little?
No, just salt and pepper.
Oh, you've heard it here, you guys.
Well,
I'm gonna get my oven on the 6th, by the way, 4 days.
Little onion powder, little garlic powder. I'll send you the recipe.
Okay. All right. But is it gone now?
The black-eyed peas are almost gone. The sauerkraut's almost gone. So tonight I'm making fajitas. Don't ask me how that came up.
Okay. You want to make cook some cornbread with that?
No, I've got the tortillas. So
okay. Well, let me tell you something. I'll be landing there probably about 3 o'clock today. So
Gary said to me, New Year's Day, goes, you cook so much. I go, well, I got food for a week.
yeah.
I was on an eating binge. Now I got to start losing weight.
Oh God. And you were saying you forgot to put your winners on your video.
I forgot to put the winners in my video. Well, I got to 13,000 subscribers and I forgot to announce the winners.
So who's the winners?
The winners are Denise Stahl, Mimi Rose, and Melissa Bullock. So those are the winners.
Okay, sounds good. Congratulations, you guys.
And I will put those on the comments on my video so that the people will know they won.
So good for you.
Anyway, when I get to 13,500, I'll give away another half-hour free session. So.
Oh, that's so cool of you. I like that. I'm the one that started that.
Well, I got the idea from you.
I said when I hit a certain thing, I read. So okay. I still have to do my members. My membership winners. I need my subscribers. So I'll probably do that when I get back. I have to head out to Benicia. So for those of you saying, hey, it's January 2nd, where's the names? I'll be putting that out. I'm booked through December of 2022.
Wow.
I have a waiting list in case someone cancels. My sister said she's already got like 50.
Do you read every day?
No.
You just
I
read.
read Sunday and Monday.
Wow.
But I'm getting tired, my friend. I really want to retire at the end of 2020. Not with YouTube. YouTube is less stress. But you know how it is. You have to switch your energy and read someone and really concentrate on it.
I love YouTube. The thing is, after I read clients all day, then I get home, I want to do a YouTube and I get lazy because it takes a while to prepare for YouTube. It's not like I just turn it on.
Yeah, because I have to get my makeup and I have to. Oh, wait, you're talking about with what you're going to say.
I have to get my makeup on too.
So, okay, my friend, did you do a 2022? I haven't looked at anybody's page lately.
I did it today.
Okay, I'm going to take a look.
It's only like, I was waiting to do your show, so I went ahead and did mine. I didn't post it yet. It was like 35 minutes, but we can talk about some of the predictions for 2022.
Yeah, because Melissa shared with me yesterday some of her predictions. So how about you? Was there anything that stood out?
Well, I had a lot of them. The good news, the really good news is this COVID-19 thing I see over by like March or April, and then thank God it'll be behind us.
Yeah.
And I heard today that Pfizer just approved a vaccine for teenagers. The economy, I see the supply chain crisis ending, and I see inflation coming down, housing prices coming down.
Right. Good.
I see the Build Back Better bill will go through, thank God.
I see the voting thing going through. They have the 50 they need.
I think they need 60, but
oh no, they're gonna drop that. Yeah,
they're gonna do that.
Go through.
That I just predicted that on my channel. I see the voting rights bill going through, and I said it really needs to before the midterms, because if not, and Democrats win, the repubes could say, "Oh no, we don't like that. We're going to
change it." Yeah,
exactly. So, and I see changes coming to the Supreme Court in 2022.
What do you see, my friend?
Well, Kavanaugh is not out of the woods. I can tell you that much.
Yay!
Being resurrected, and I see new justices on the court.
So, are they going to pack more in, or
at some point? Yes. All right. If it's not 2022, it's 2023, because people are nervous about Roe v. Wade. And, my guide showed me that would be stripped down, but they won't do away with Roe v. Wade completely.
Okay.
And what will happen is when they get different justices on the court, Roe v. Wade's taken back to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court upholds Roe v. Wade. So,
yeah.
What they will do is say that these states can't have these draconian laws against women and their rights to choice.
Well, the people that are there now could care less.
Of course, they don't care.
Yeah.
The other thing about it is that I just see what I was going to say about women's rights is that the Supreme Court, when we get new justices, they will put a ban on late-term abortions.
Okay.
Which I kind of think they should after a certain month.
Yeah.
But I'm totally pro-choice, by the way.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to say that these states like Texas cannot have these draconian, and Mississippi cannot have these draconian laws.
I wonder, because I've always had a strong feeling something was going to happen with Thomas.
I do too.
And is he going to leave feet first or upright?
I don't know, but I see
something happen with his wife and he's part of it and he exits, or does he get sick and exit?
You know what? When you said that, I saw a lot of dark clouds around him, Linda, which to me would indicate illness.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that it might be due to illness, but I'm telling you, Kavanaugh's going to be in trouble too.
What are you seeing with Kavanaugh?
Well, I see some people coming forward again. And because the FBI didn't investigate
anything.
I see that, I don't know who would direct the FBI to start investigating, but they will. And I see congressional hearings and stuff like that about it. So I don't know how you get a justice off. You might have to impeach them. I don't know if they'll do that or if he'll resign, but I see him off the court.
Well, if you lie to Congress, that's reason to exit you.
It certainly is.
So, can they get rid of him, or can the actual Supreme Court people vote to get him out?
No, I think they have to be impeached.
Okay. All right.
I could be wrong. If anybody out there knows.
It might not happen until after we have the voting in 2022, because the people that are there now will say no. They don't care what he does.
Correct. But I also see, and I've been saying this, that Mueller report being resurrected. And as a result of the January 6th committee, I also see at some point a special prosecutor appointed. And I still see that committee together after the midterms, which tells me that if we get these voting rights laws passed, that the repubes won't be able to take over the House, because if they take over, that whole committee is gone.
It's gone.
But I still see it together after the midterms, even into January, even into February of 2023.
Do you think Trump is worried at all?
Oh, he's pooping his pants.
He's got his pants going.
Oh my God, he better buy stock in toilet paper because, I just heard that he's going to do something, January 6th, something on 2022. I don't know, some kind of rally or whatever.
Some sort of interview, I think.
Yeah, well, he's doing that just to steer the pot because he's trying to divert, because Trump always points fingers and does this diversionary stuff when he's afraid. And I can tell you right now, he is scared.
Right, because this whole, it was crooked. They did this. That's all a bunch of crap.
Of course. And, this January 6th commission is going to be able to trace this stuff directly up to Trump.
Yeah. And
I'll tell you who else is going to be in trouble, because he's the new CEO of Trump's communication company, is Devin Nunes.
What?
Well, Nunes, remember he quit Congress?
Right, why is he in trouble?
He's going to be.
Okay.
Because Trump's companies are already under securities fraud or securities exchange investigations, and Trump will do to Nunes what he does to everybody else.
Yeah, he'll throw him under the bus.
An insulating layer between so he looks like he didn't do anything, so he's got his fall guys.
Right.
And when Trump starts to do a lot of little illegal stuff, specifically money laundering and all that, through his company that Nunes is CEO of, who are they going to come after, Donald or Devin Nunes?
Right. I see what you're saying. And Giuliani, I'm not feeling good about his health.
No, if he even, right. I don't see a long life for him either.
Giuliani just feels like they begged other people, Jared and all those guys, they begged them to get Giuliani out of there, to stop it, because he was saying it was rigged and he made up all these stories. And then even as they went before judges, Trump appointed judges, they'd say, can you show me some proof? Show me proof. And he couldn't do it.
There wasn't any. And
Nope.
So I think at some point there's going to be an end to all these frivolous lawsuits, like Meadows suing all the members of the January 6th commission. Is like, any lawyer that takes that, I think the judges are going to start to admonish those lawyers.
I think so too. And make them pay for the whole thing.
Absolutely. And sanction them for bringing frivolous lawsuits.
That's already been taking place.
Well,
Giuliani and the Kraken got sanctioned.
Well, there's going to be more of that. So I think 2022 is going to be a year of truth coming to the surface.
Okay, that's good.
Lots of truth coming to the surface.
How are you seeing weather for us this coming year?
Well, in Kentucky, on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, it was 72 degrees, which is unheard of down there. It's usually cold, not like here in Chicago. I see a lot more violent storms. I see a lot more flooding on the West Coast, which I don't know which is worse, fire or floods.
Oh, you mean where I'm at?
Right.
California?
Yes. Thank God.
We got flood warnings today. After I'm done with you, I have to go over to Angel and come right back because there's flood warnings starting at 3.
Well, there's a lot more coming. I think you'll be safe, but a lot more floods. I see a lot more tornadic activity this year, hurricanes. I don't want to be a Dougie Downer, but I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a grassroots movement that stands up and says, wait a minute, people that are going to want to fight climate change.
Yeah.
They're going to start screaming really loud. So the politicians are going to have to hear.
Right. Because there'll be so many Armageddon events.
That's right.
It's not just in the United States either.
It's all over. It's going to be worldwide. I asked my guides though, I said, has the scale tipped too far? Is it, have we gone too far where all this is irreversible? And they say the damage is done, but what we can do is prevent any further damage so that the scale doesn't tip any further and create just a total Armageddon, to use your words.
Right.
So I think we'll see a lot more people speaking up against climate change. Good.
Or for climate change.
Or for climate change, I'm sorry, for climate change.
For us making sure that we start getting things right.
Exactly. Right.
So I saw some political people, big people. One has already passed, Harry Reid. I see a couple more coming. I see a couple of very, very famous names in the show business passing.
I saw 3 actually.
Did
Betty
you?
White just did.
Betty White crossed. And by the way, she was at home. There was the police said there was nothing looking like anything untoward happened. She just died of natural causes.
Oh, right. She was 99, I think, or something.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it's
love
like,
her.
yay. And she said she liked to drink a straight thing of vodka and ice and a hot dog.
Good for her.
She wasn't a vegetarian or any of that stuff.
I hope when I get to be 99, if I make it that long, I can have a hot dog and a slug of vodka. Valium chaser.
Right.
The troop buildup with Putin, people are nervous about that on the Ukrainian border because Putin said that he didn't want, grab this one, NATO to expand any further eastward. Well, he doesn't get to say that.
No.
I think he'd like for the countries that form the old Soviet Union, he'd like to have them back under Mother Russia, but that's not going to happen.
Right, exactly.
My guys are showing me if he does invade Ukraine, then NATO, the European Union, and a lot of other countries are going to fight back, and they're going to fight back hard.
Right, exactly.
And at some point, Putin will be gone. But you know what, Linda? I keep getting this feeling that he's going to get killed.
What? I saw him running like people were after him.
Yeah, it's weird. And then, after him, there's a lot of turmoil, but ultimately then, and somebody asked this question, Adrian, she wants to know if when he leaves power, will the next leader of Russia allow our countries to be friends? I think once Putin is gone, and we'll see it, I don't know if it's 22 or 23, we'll see it. There will be like, the transitional person won't be so cool. That won't last long, but then somebody will come in and reestablish democratic principles in that country. So.
And will Nivani finally get out of prison?
Who?
Nivani.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's great.
He's still alive, by the way.
He's what?
He's still alive.
Yeah, he's hanging in there. I can see them whispering amongst themselves. Something's going on.
There is something going on. And I think there's a lot of people at the top over there because Putin's getting so out of control that they're a lot of, when Hitler was in power, a lot of his generals plotted against him. Unfortunately, they didn't win. And that's the kind of thing I see going on in Russia. There's a couple of his generals plotting to get rid of him.
Oh, and they said his oligarchs would start turning on him too. Well, I heard they're not interested in fighting Ukraine. I'm a little upset with him for sitting on the border like that. They don't want any kind of war.
Nope, they don't. And I can tell you where else I see is going to be very near civil war is Belarus, because that's a completely different country. And I forget that president's name, but he really didn't win. He he cheated to get in.
He
But
did what Trump would have loved to have done.
oh, of course, but I see him going too.
Had Trump succeeded,
Oh my God.
he would have made it so he could stay president till he died.
Oh, absolutely. Totally. People are going to want to know if he'll run again. I'm not seeing it.
People are afraid of it, but from the beginning, I never saw him running again.
And I also think 2022 is going to be the year when finally we see karma with the people like Trump and indictments finally, the Department of Justice finally doing something.
Right. But I do see the wind coming out of the Republican sail for what they're doing to the Americans with this lie and stuff. I don't know if it's because Liz Cheney and the group decide to on national television to show it, but the Trumpsters aren't going to believe it anyway.
No,
They don't care how much proof you show.
Trump's base is Trump's base, just like Hitler's base was his little base. That's not going to change.
No.
But other people will be like, we've been duped.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the people who are in the insurrection are mad at Trump.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And, I see a lot, that's going to be traced. That whole insurrection thing is going to be traced all the way up to Trump. I'm telling you. You're the one that saw him not indicted, but charged with treason. Remember?
Saw Trump being charged with treason?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're the one that predicted that, Linda.
Yeah. And also I predicted that his health wasn't any good.
See, I predicted that as well. His health is not looking good to me. But you know what I see coming? I don't know if it's 2022 or 2023, but a different political party rising up. Not like Tea Party, not the
Not Andrew Yang's new party he's doing.
No, this is something else. But, it's going to be like, it's for the working people. It's going to be dedicated to human rights and saving the environment. And I don't know. It's going to gain a lot of momentum.
But not as aggressive as the progressives.
I'm sorry?
Not as aggressive as the progressives.
Not that aggressive, no.
But Bernie's been doing a great job of keeping things on an even keel.
Right. Something more like that.
Okay.
Not the Green Party. This is a separate party. I'm telling you, it's going to gain popularity.
Wow.
On 2022 and 23 and 24.
Well, 2022, I've been saying this for a while. And even on TV when they were saying, and so when the repubes take over, and I always heard, no, they won't. And if you think about it, if they all think they're all that in a cup of tea, we're going to pass that voting thing so they know they can't lie. But if you think about it, that balloon is going to pop because they thought they had it in the bag.
Right. I mean, 2022, as I said, I saw the moon, which is the keeper of secrets, the keeper of intuition in the tarot. And I see, 2022 being the year of truth, a lot of this stuff coming to the surface.
Right.
I think and when action's being taken.
Right.
2023 really then pushes that action forward.
Right. Exactly.
So it'll be interesting, but I see a lot of scientific breakthroughs with RNA research, more people going into space. Space exploration excites me.
Yeah, but it is a lot of money for something that only rich people can afford.
Well, I understand that, but what I think is going to happen is that a lot of the people that are very wealthy I forget the guy's name that put the thing in orbit.
Well, either it's Bezos or the guy from Tesla.
Right. I think they're going to start donating a lot of money to helping the poor and helping infrastructure and all that stuff as well. So,
okay.
Anyway, I'm just excited about the science breakthroughs I see coming.
The what?
The science breakthroughs in science, especially with monoclonal antibody research, like treatments, maybe not cures, but treatments for things such as diabetes, ALS, which Regina has. that,
Parkinson's?
but it would slow it down a bit.
Good, good.
So
I often, years ago, I had a deceased man who had Alzheimer's tell me that there would be a pill you could take that helped deter you from getting it doesn't stop Alzheimer's, but it would deter it from going further. I know that my brother-in-law was on a pill and it helped him. And then they took it off the market because somebody died. But it's like, okay, but sometimes it's good to take that risk because Alzheimer's is death.
Well, I think they're beginning to learn a lot about Alzheimer's. Some say it's genetic or familial, and so I think with recombinant DNA research, RNA research, at some point within the next 4 or 5 years, and tremendous strides in 2022 and 2023, a couple of miracle drugs coming to market, not for Alzheimer's, but with Alzheimer's, I think they'll learn how to turn that gene on and off. And
that would be wonderful, because the money that families have to put out due to Alzheimer's, and people lose their lives taking care of Alzheimer's patients.
I used to be a social worker in geriatrics, and I did my psychic work at nights and on the weekends. And I specialized in helping set up geriatrics. Alzheimer's units for people with Alzheimer's. So I'm quite familiar with it. It's
a tough disease.
It really is.
It's the poor person. You feel sorry for them. You notice a lot of brilliant people get it, people who were real good scientists and stuff. But anyway, but it's harder for the families.
I think when the person has Alzheimer's and they're losing it, that's got to be very frightening. But once they get into what I call the happy state of the happy state of confusion, they don't know who they are or where they are.
What's going on. But the family.
It's the family. That is what really is the butt kicker of it all.
Right. So that's good news. You got some stuff you saw for science.
Right. I see lots of good news. The idea that the karma is going to start being paid, the indictments coming down, the whole Trump organization in New York and federally, the people in the insurrection, the Marjorie Taylor Greene's gone, thank God. She was suspended from Twitter for a lifetime, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And, she's saying that she supports the divorce between Republican and Democratic states. And what she's saying really is secession, which is really almost like calling for civil war.
Yeah.
And that, there will be a handful of them, but they won't succeed.
No. And doesn't she have a lot of stock in these COVID meds? Yeah, she has a bunch of stock in it. So she went in and started making money and decided she was all that in a cup of tea.
But then
she yelled, she's a clown act. The louder she yelled, the more they threw money at her.
But then she's going to be an anti-vaxxer, so go figure.
I know. How about our sweet Biden? How's he doing?
Well, I see Matt Gaetz going to jail.
I've been seeing that for years, just that it never happened yet. But what are you feeling? I know timeframes are horrible, but is it more like 2022?
He's going to be under indictment in 2022, absolutely. As well, Bannon's going to get convicted and Meadows is going to get convicted. I see Flynn in hot water again, and Stone.
Yeah, Roger Stone. How about Giuliani?
I see indictment for him, but you know what? I don't think with Giuliani is going to be run out the clock. I just think his health is not good.
I feel like he's just really drinking and just isolated right now.
And I don't see a long-term future for him.
No. Well, they're already going to take away his license and everything.
Well, they're going to try to get him to flip on Trump. And I think behind the scenes he might.
Yeah, because Trump ain't reaching out to him.
Not at all. Because Trump used him for what he needed, then threw him away. And that's exactly what he's going to do to Nunes.
Yep. Now, what about our dear president?
Oh, Biden?
Yeah.
Biden is so presidential. I mean, People think that he's not doing anything, but look at what he has done. I mean, look at the doo-doo he inherited. It's like, where do you start to clean it all up? And, people.
My friend Melissa at Free Range, she definitely feels, and so do I. I've said this on my show before. He's going to be really beloved and known as one of the best presidents ever.
He will be, actually.
Remember Franklin D. Roosevelt used to come to me when I'd be driving to Angel Heart and I could see those beautiful blue eyes. And he used to tell me, he's going to bring in the New Deal. He's going to bring in the New Deal, Linda. So that's what I told everybody. Franklin D. Roosevelt says that Biden's going to bring in the New Deal.
Well, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I put that in my video today. She showed me like this little bitty flame and there was this darkness like chocolate, yuck. And the flame got bigger and then this darkness pushed it back and the flame got bigger and the darkness pushed it back. And that's what's been going on. And so she shows me this flame and this flame of brightness gets bigger and bigger. That's the flame of truth. And so, she's letting us know, I think anyway, that the voting rights bill will pass, that, women's rights will pass, equality for pay will pass. A lot of the things we're talking about, and that just lays into what you're saying with Frank FDR and the New Deal. She's telling me about infrastructure, all that'll happen.
All that's happening, and then his numbers are going to go up, up, up.
They will, because it's going to create jobs, and I see this labor shortage is not good. But I think that's going to be taken care of in about a year and a half. He's
got a meeting today, by the way, about and even with farmers. He's talking to farmers about being more competitive.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's meeting with people. He's getting all the intake he needs,
And I think behind the scenes, he's probably talked to Merrick Garland about, Merrick Garland looks like he's not doing anything, but
and I've been telling people no, because he walked into the FBI and the DOJ with Trumpsters, all with spies in the mix.
That's right. Merrick Garland is slow and methodical.
Yeah.
Behind closed doors, he's doing what he needs to be doing. And I'm telling you, those indictments and investigations are going to start to be handed down and soon.
Do you see him staying on for Biden's next term, 2024? Or do you think he might step down?
I see another attorney general.
Okay.
But I'm just thinking if Merrick Garland would have an opportunity to be on the Supreme Court again.
I don't know.
I don't know if he'd take it. I think he'd be good on the Supreme Court, actually.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a bad DOJ. He's just, and he's not, he doesn't hog the microphone. I don't think he likes being in public that much.
No, and let me tell you something. Look at this. Look how Biden made him, because he knew he was a good man and he knew he got the short end of the stick.
Oh, yeah.
And listen, isn't karma a bitch?
It certainly is.
Karma's a bitch, because the man that all you Republicans flipped your nose up to is now the one in charge, and who also will be investigating the 100 Congress people who worked towards the sedition.
And I'll tell you who else a lot of truth is going to come out about is Bill Barr, because I see him in a lot of trouble too.
Oh, so how much time are they going to send Giselle?
I can't even pronounce her name.
Yeah.
She's going to do a long, long time in jail.
She's on suicide watch right now.
What is it? At least 25 years they're saying, or something?
I think so, but she's on suicide watch. But do you see her ever squealing?
Oh, she'll sing about what she knows. Absolutely.
Because I feel like she's being very cautious.
Because I see her back in court again at some point, and one of the sentences will be reduced because of her cooperation. But I think if a Trump Lincoln gets in, which I don't see, they would pardon her. But yeah. I'm not seeing that right away. I just don't see it.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is the hit I got yesterday. I felt like he was going to pardon her. Trump was.
Right.
But I feel that she thought they had no case on her. She had a lot of money. She could fight it. She was going to try to disappear. But I also feel like they had nothing, like it's no biggie. Because remember when the judge asked her, are you sure you don't want to testify on your behalf? She says, Your Honor, the prosecution hasn't proved their case. Just as snotty and as like, I know I'm going to be walking out of here. And then she didn't. Now they got her on suicide watch. And now I think Trump is sweating it.
Oh, yeah, because she's
Now
got
I think he knows, oh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm telling you, he's running scared.
And she's not believing he'll win again. She's not believing that.
No way. Mm-mm. So what do you
But
think?
let me tell you something real quick. I do not see Barr being part of, he was protecting his father with it. What was her boyfriend's name?
Oh,
Anyway.
whatever. Right.
Yeah, just like my date yesterday. What was his name? Anyway, I see that he was more worried about him releasing, because that father was in on, Barr's father was doing something to make him a big wig in this group. He had no background, etc. He was providing him what he needed. And I think Barr was protecting his father, because I don't see Barr involved with it.
No, Barr's not involved in that. No.
Yeah.
But Barr will be called to task for other things.
Yes. I never got good cards on Barr. I
didn't either.
I always showed terrible cards on him. Well, look at what's happened. His reputation is screwed. And listen, at first he said, oh yeah, I'm sure they cheated. And then he started getting into it and he told Trump, first of all, he told Trump, you're going to lose, sucker, if you keep going on like trying to get rid of medical care, trying to get rid of Obamacare in the middle of a pandemic.
My guides just showed me when you said that, he's one of them that drank the Trump Kool-Aid. And many of them that drank the Trump Kool-Aid in 2022 are going to realize that they drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Because they thought Trump would stand behind them and he won't.
No. He told Barr he was very disappointed in him because he didn't, stop everything and demand recounts and say it was fraud. He wouldn't do that because he didn't have the proof for it. And boy, that pissed Trump off. Now you're no longer my friend.
Exactly.
What a bully.
A lot of those people are going to realize that they drank the Kool-Aid. Mm-hmm. And once you drink it, it's how do you undrink it? But there's going to be some people that were really close to Trump, even more, coming forward and spilling the beans about a lot more stuff that Trump pulled.
Okay. Well, who comes to mind when you said that? How about that guy that was working for Fox that suddenly took a vacation? What's his name?
Oh, I know.
How soon we forget.
Yeah, right.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
he's the one that Trump used to call every night.
Right.
He was sort of the president telling Trump what to do.
I know who it is, but I can't think. You know what? I think you're onto something. Like I said, there's going to be some really.
And I see he's going to save his neck. So he's going to come out with something against Trump.
There's going to be some people really high up that are going to come out, and as I said, spill the beans on Trump, what they know, I mean, it just, there's just so much that he's done.
I'm looking forward to November of this year, because when the Dems take over yet again, that's when I see people jumping ship.
Well, I don't want the Dems to get too complacent, though. They
I know.
keep this impetus going, because they could very easily lose.
Yeah.
It's not a done deal.
No.
So I still
but
see
it is psychically. I don't see them losing. I
don't either, but it's a warning.
Well, also, can I ask you,
yes.
where is Ron DeSantis?
Oh, DeSatan? He's awful quiet.
Where's Waldo?
I'm sorry?
Where's Waldo?
He's very quiet, right? What do you mean when you say, where is he?
Well, he disappeared. Nobody can find him.
Oh.
He did a big rally and he's got a pregnant wife, not a pregnant wife. He has a wife with breast cancer. And he did some big rally with no mask on.
You know, I feel sorry.
And I'm wondering if she got sick or something's up with her is what I'm wondering.
I feel sorry for her. She's got breast cancer. My mother died of breast cancer. And you've had breast cancer, and it's not a pretty disease.
It's terrible.
I know what my mom went through. And so, you know, even if she's married to Satan, I don't care what politics they are. I just, you know, that's just sad that she's got breast cancer. I just wonder, well, I think they've been vaccinated.
Okay.
But I think you're right.
Yeah, but if she's got breast cancer, she's going through chemo. She gets it. She's going to go down.
I think she does have something like that. Not cancer, but there's something with the respiratory system.
So thumbs up.
Yeah, that's why he's like being silent. And you
Can
know,
I
that
ask
very
you-
easily keep him from running for president.
Yeah. Can I ask you about Christie?
Yes,
His book was a nothing burger, by the way.
I know.
So what do you think?
How karmic is that?
Yeah.
Well, you know, he's a politician. I think behind closed doors, he knows Trump was full of crap. But I think, you know, publicly, he was trying to do the same for Chris, because Chris Christie was a staunch ally of Trump. But I see Trump and Christie, if it hasn't happened already, they're going to have a huge falling out.
Okay. Well, I know that he was supposed to help Trump with his new place, his new administration, and Jared made sure he wasn't in there. Jared has never forgiven him.
Oh, there's going to be a huge falling out, even bigger falling out between Christie and Trump. And I think, you know, behind closed doors, Christie's going to go to some powers that be and tell them what he knows about Trump.
Okay. Now, what about Michael Cohen's lawsuit against Bill Barr?
Against who?
Bill Barr. They're
Oh.
taking away his rights, you know, because they threw him back in jail just because they wanted to be mean. Did you see that movie, Don't Look Up?
No, but I've got to watch it.
Oh my God. Well, there's just one little bit in it that this girl that got on there's the president, and then there's anyway, it's a big name. It's actually her son played that part. Jonas something played that part, and they put a bag over her head. They put a bag when they arrested her, and he said to her, hey, that bag was my idea. The FBI don't do bags, CIA do, but I made them do it. I thought it was hysterical, he says to her. I thought that was funny.
Whoa.
Well, listen, God forbid Trump ever got back in office, because he would do things to hurt people. Anybody that ever said anything, he's just as bad as Putin.
He's worse.
Mm-hmm.
He's not as smart. Maybe that's a blessing.
Well, Putin just shoots people in the street. He has his people kill people.
Right.
Trump would do that if he could get
away. Trump would do it if he could get by with it. What was the comment he made? He could go on Madison Avenue and kill people. Anyway, back to Cohen. He's going to win that lawsuit against Barr.
Oh, I love it.
Unless it's a civil lawsuit, unless they say they're going to pay out of court for a non-disclosed sum. But I don't think Cohen will do that. I think he's going to push it. No, I want
everybody to have to listen to it.
I want trial. I want this. I want that. And that's going to bring a lot of stuff out too, that Trump probably told Bill Barr to put him in jail.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, a lot of this stuff was told by Trump. Trump told a lot of people to do things they weren't supposed to do.
Isn't it, what is that called when they overreach like that? Misuse of power.
Yeah. Well, so Liz Cheney's calling Trump watching in the dining room the violence that was taking place, and she gave it a name. What was it called? It's like not regulating, not standing up to your duty. That kind of thing.
Oh, I know what the word is. I can't think of
Yeah.
it.
Like if you're you deal with someone's taxes, you have a fiduciary duty to do.
Right.
And it feels like he, as president, had a duty to take care of our democracy, and he didn't.
And he didn't. He wanted that insurrection. He wanted to see that chaos. He was relishing
Oh,
it.
he's blaming the poor boys, whatever they're called.
Well, he's the one that told the poor boys to stand ready. He told them, stand ready. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, they were at the White House visiting him.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is not done politically either. I don't, she might not win the House again, but I don't know. I see her running for a position in government that's pretty high up, and I think she'll win. I don't like her politics. Not Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm sorry. I'm Liz Cheney.
Oh my God. I was like, how could she? Because I know the people in Georgia are tired of her already.
I'm sorry, not Marjorie Taylor Greene. Liz Cheney.
Okay.
Running even for a higher political office at some point that I think she'll win. Now, I don't like her politics, as I said. I didn't agree with her politics, but I gotta admire her fortitude.
Oh my God. She did not appreciate them crapping on in the halls of the Congress. She got so mad at Jordan when he tried to grab her arm. She said, "Get your hands off of me. You're the one that started this," she says to him in front of everybody.
And after McCarthy, sanctioned her, they awakened the Kraken. I don't think they realized.
They thought they were all that. We're taking your committees away from you. This woman with a little grace and class. And boy, did she give it to them. I don't feel her father staying around here much longer. He feels like his transition's coming up.
I think so too. Also the Queen.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I see the gap widening between McCarthy and Mitch McConnell as well.
I don't feel good about Mitch McConnell's health.
I don't either, because I don't see him in that role.
Well, and the other thing is, I don't know if it's physical ending, but I almost feel when the Dems take it again, Mitch McConnell, if he doesn't exit because of health, he exits because I'm done.
Well, Kentucky now has a Democratic governor. So I don't know if the governor in Kentucky is going to be anti-Mitch. I don't know how Andy Beshear will do that, but we shall see how that plays out too.
Oh my God, my friend, I'm so excited. So on the news today, they're saying we're getting close to the televised made for TV that every TV in the world will be watching, but the Trumpsters, they don't care. It doesn't matter what we say.
Well, they're just going to say it's all
a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt.
And Trump's going to say it's all fake news and all of this. And all
yeah, but why was he always in trouble from the get-go? Why did he always have people lie, even his inauguration? Well, you knew he never was a real legitimate president. Putin got him in the first time. And he was so busy trying to prove that he was legitimate, he looked as illegitimate as they come.
Because Donald Trump does what Donald Trump always did. He lies, he diverts, he just keeps punching. He attacks. He never concedes. He'll never concede.
No. And I was even thinking, I was watching an old Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy that was on the other night. And they had that thing with Trump during the debates, the Democratic debates, and all those names, he made fun of everybody. Sleepy Joe.
Oh, yeah.
He called everybody. And, he was always making fun of people, but don't you dare talk about him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if somebody like he called Kim Jong-un Rocket Man or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody would have called him Cheeto Head.
But listen, I'm going to tell you, it's interesting about Kim Jong-un because to be honest with you, in his turnaround on Kim Jong-un, when he was telling him, hey, we got bombs bigger than yours, come for it, sucker. We're going to, and everybody was like, oh my God, we're going to have war with North Korea. But he called his bluff, and guess what? He was a bully too, Kim Jong-un. Then all of a sudden he's writing him. Putin told Kim Jong-un, write him a letter, kiss his butt, be nice. And that's what he did.
Exactly. Well, I still think there's a part of Cheeto head that's dead in the head, but but he just knows how to bully. And so, and he'll do anything that he can because he always wants to win. But you know, when you cheat to win, then you really didn't win.
Right. I think it's interesting too. He didn't really take off on Mary Trump. He sued her, but he didn't take off on her publicly.
That's not because he knew that she had stuff on him.
Yeah.
And he knew that she'd punch back even harder, which she's doing.
A
And
lot
that
of people
lawsuit,
he said, yeah, a lot of people he said he was going to sue, and he didn't because all that garbage could come out in court.
that lawsuit that he's got against Mary Trump, like his other frivolous lawsuits, are going to last about as long as a snowball in Hades. It's not going to go anywhere.
So, that made me want to ask you about, okay, so we were talking about Mary Trump. I think she's going to be fine. She's so smart.
I see her writing another book even.
So she has written another book.
I know, but she's got another one. She's going to be
Oh.
writing.
So Melania, is she happy? Is she still with him? Is she just going to hang in there with him?
Who was that aide to her that wrote that book and talked about how bitchy that Melania was?
Well, I'll tell you what, especially Ivanka, you know that speech Melania gave that was actually
She stole it.
Mr. Obama's?
Yeah.
He didn't do that. Ivanka's team gave her that speech, knowing that it was Michelle Obama's speech. They set her up for it. And Trump won't get involved between Ivanka and Melania, but he lets them play. He kind of enjoys it.
Oh, he loves it. He loves the anarchy between people. He pits people against people. He loves it. That's what he wants because that keeps him in control.
Yeah. Yeah.
He takes perverse pleasure. That's why he's a sociopath. They take perverse pleasure in seeing other people get hurt.
Yeah.
You know, I think Melania pretty much said if he runs again, she ain't going back to the White House.
He already said that?
I think.
Oh. I believe it because she barely could come the first time.
But I still see a divorce there.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Maybe
well, it should happen soon.
Maybe
She's not going to live much longer.
Maybe she's staying with him, hoping that he'll just croak. But you know, I'm sure.
I think when the New York starts getting, that could be why you're seeing that. Because when New York starts talking about taking his money, she's going to take her money and run.
How old is Barron? I don't even know. She might stay
13,
with him.
14.
She might stay with him until Barron's 18 or 19, and then.
But if Trump is broke, she's going to take her money and run. She ain't sticking around.
I'm sure he's got enough money hidden, even if they take everything, he's still. But
yeah,
I see a divorce there ultimately if Trump lives that long.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, when Trump was playing around having all those affairs, I don't think it bothered her. I think she was kind of happy because I don't think she really loved him that much. It's obvious why she married him.
Yeah.
It wasn't for.
I read I don't know who wrote this story, who was at the wedding, at Trump's wedding. I think I had a client that was at Trump's wedding, talked about how beautiful Melania was. And Trump was gone most of the time. He wasn't even around her.
Exactly.
He was off with his buddies talking shop. And she just sort of standing there saying hello to people.
Exactly. I mean,
it's not like he was hanging with her and they're going around. It's like this lady said it was really weird, Linda, because she was by herself. But she did say person to person, she's stunning looking.
I'm sure, you know, I mean, outwardly, she's very pretty. I just don't get a good feeling with her inwardly. But, you know, wouldn't it be funny? I still got a funny feeling one of Trump's ex-girlfriends or somebody, because there's, you know, they were paid to keep their mouths shut. But I'm telling you, a couple more females are going to come forward.
Well, let me tell you something. I will say Melania in that baby blue suit she wore, that outfit, sort of a sweater outfit that she wore for the inauguration. I thought she looked beautiful.
She is pretty. I got to say.
Yeah.
But
better looking than me.
Yeah, better looking than me.
So I'll tell you. But, you know, my dad used to laugh at all of us, you know, us women cackling. And we used to talk about how skinny Cher was. Oh, my God, she's so thin. You could see between her legs, you know, she had You know, you could put a pumpkin in there. And she was so slender. And Dad used to say, oh yeah, she's real worried about what you guys think on her way to the bank on Tuesdays.
Exactly.
Isn't that the truth?
You know, my guys had told me a long time ago that there would be women that come forward that would bring Trump down. And I think it will be the women.
We got more coming.
You got it.
Back the bus up, my friend.
I agree.
It's going to be a bumpy ride. So next Monday, I'll be on your show.
Next Monday, you're on my show.
Yeah. It was
All right.
so much fun talking to you, my friend.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. We got a lot of predictions out there today, didn't we?
We sure did. We got a lot. Bada bing, bada boom.
Got them right.
That's
Right
what
off.
I'm
All
talking.
right, my friend, you stay
So you
well.
guys have a good week. I'm going to get my stove on the 6th. Thank God.
Excuse me.
Okay, honey.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, you guys.